Racing. Prestige has gone away with them with Straight Ace, and Higher went straight back after the start in company with Toledo. Away quickly on the outside here, and one of the first out, Slalom, began okay, and going with those shortly after the start, Straight Ace and Lontano when they settle down. Up with them is Fair Embrace, pushing up on the inside, Intelligent Star from 8/8, and with those Century Kid. From the outside here, Fair Embrace led. Fair Embrace on the outside from Intelligent Star, Century Kid, and further back in the race then Sports. They're followed by Lontano. Fair Alert, a length and a half to Straight Ace, and further back 8/8, followed by Slalom. Point Danger, Mystique a fair way back and very wide, coming to the turn from Sedurka. Chong Tong a mile off them from Toledo. Old Comrade, followed by Black Bean, and Higher last for home. But the leader is Fair Embrace out in the middle. A length and a half, Intelligent Star down the outside, Mystique, followed by Straight Ace, Lontano, then Sedurka. Fair Embrace drifts back to the inside of Mystique on the outsides, racing up quickly to grab it. Here's Sedurka after Mystique. Mystique grabbed by Sedurka, and Sedurka comes home to win the Oakley. Sedurka 3/4, Mystique close for third. It's either Straight Ace or Point Danger than Old Comrade. Rattling home out wide are Black Bean and also Higher. Chong Tong never in it, just behind them Lontano, followed by 8/8. Suit just behind those, followed by Slalom. Fair Embrace stopped to a walk with Intelligent Star, Century Kid, and near the tail in the race, second to last would have been Sports. Last of all is Fair Alert.
Number 5, Sedurka, Nashua Willa, $30.80 and $8.50. 9, Mystique at $3.50 for third. 18, Straight Ace, $25.30. 15, Point Danger, $17.20.
5-9 in a photo. 5-9 in a photo here to the Oakley plate. 5, 9 and 18 has got third. Number 18. Number 18 third, and that is Straight Ace. It's 5, 9, 18 and 15 after the running of the Oakley plate. Well, he's always promised to win a big one. He did it with the Salinger back in the spring of last year, and he's now grabbed his second Group 1, Sedurka, ridden by Nashua Willa. And he raced past this leader in the home straight, which was a handy leader too, and that was well off the fence, and that was Fair Embrace. It had beaten off Intelligent Star. It had shot 2 lengths in front, and then the challengers came, and Sedurka, Mystique was first there. He reached the lead at about the 180-metre mark, but Sedurka has grabbed him in a couple of bounds and whizzed straight past him, and Sedurka has come on to win the Oakley from Mystique, and Straight Ace and Nose in front of Point Danger for third and fourth.
Jester Mare, Darren riding in the All Cerise. Good news that Corey Brown's escaped any injury following his fall in the second, coming to the home corner with the builder. He was tipped off, and he won't ride tomorrow, but he should be right for Wednesday at Randwick. Now, the last of the runners is about to walk in here. And they're all ready to go. The Surround Stakes. Field of 16 here. And the racing, and a Heretier from the outside in company with Vita jumped quickly. So did Gradual. Shook hard ridden and is going for the lead, followed closely by Grand Jura. And then Ancient Song about 3 lengths further off is Fleeting. A length in 2 Keys, followed closely by Patterns, and then a gap to shove off Barrowin. A length further off in the field is Pirouettes, and then comes Hosanna. The Big Chillanduga Chaka with Anytime Angel. They race down to the 950, and Shook is showing the way. Second Gradual on the inside as Ancient Song, Grand Jura fourth, and then Vita followed by Fleeting. One Heretier, a little over a length in at the 750, Barrowin, followed closely by Keys, and Pirouettes is over on its inside. Then Patterns, a length to shove off Anytime Angel, Hosanna and Uga Chaka, and the Big Chillers last of all with 550 metres to go. Ancient Song is joining Shook, a length behind them. Gradual, a length and a half further back is Grand Jura, followed by Vita. Then Fleeting. Patterns has made ground. Heretier is threading her way through the centre of the field, and Hosanna is fourth last as they round the corner from Shove Off. It's Shook just in front from Ancient Song. Grand Jura joining in. Heretier putting in a sprint, and Hosanna's coming right down the outside. Fleeting is going back to the inside, and here's Keys. Heretier got to the front from Keys. Here is Hosanna. Heretier in front. Hosanna is pouncing on her. Hosanna gets there. Hosanna beat Heretier and Keys, followed by Uga Chaka flying home. Then Grand Jura, the Big Chill, Fleeting, Shove Off, and then Patterns. Ancient Song at Anytime Angel. Good margin away. Next in the run came Barrowin, Vita. Shook knocked up from Pirouettes, and Gradual last to complete the course. Hosanna. Number one, Hosanna, has finished right over the top of them. Heretier battled on well, so did Keys, but she was too good, Hosanna. 370 and 180, landing some nice bits. Darren Beedman riding her perfectly for the Woodland stud. Octagonal Genuflect, a 3-year-old bay filly, 13 starts, 4 wins. She looked terrific in the coat going out today, and she's run right up to it. 370 and 180. Heretier jumped well, was restrained to sit behind the speed and battled on very well, was showing at $2.60. And Keys, number 3, has run third, has paid $7.40. It's 110.3 and number 4, the official fourth, Uga Chaka. Didn't Uga Chaka get to the line at the rate of knots coming from near the tail with Hosanna? So it's 110.3 and 4. Hosanna first, D. Beedman. Number 10 is second. Heretier by Anabar from Money Thinks. Jim Cassidy riding for Gay Waterhouse. And number 3, Keys third. A Royal Academy filly trained by Clary Connors, Darryl McClellan. 4 fourth, 2 fifth, 14 sixth. Overall time 1:22.85. That's 1.25 outside Glenview's long-standing race record established here in 1989. Now the winning margin is being phoned through. Yes, Chris. A long head by a half a neck and a very competitive finish, and the last 600 in 36.39. Thanks a lot. Now the totes officially read this way. Number 1, Hosanna, paid $3.70 and 180. Number 10, $2.60, and number 3, $7.40. Quinella, $12.30. Exacta, $25.60. Trifecta, $675.10. The first 4, 110.34, $3,868.70. The 2 and 1 daily double today of Bomberbill into Hosanna, $58 exactly.
Thanks, Ian. Darren Beedman, our special guest on Inside Racing tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Darren talks about life 2 years down the comeback trail. He reflects on his shock retirement of 1997 and the time he spent in the ministry. He speaks very openly and very frankly about his past and his future. And he'll be on Inside Racing tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, followed by In the Gig. And during In the Gig tomorrow night, we'll be conducting the barrier draws for the first 3 qualifying divisions of the Paces heats for the Inter-Dominion Championship, which begins at Harold Park here in Sydney next Friday night. The barrier draws for the Paces on In the Gig tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. Now on the Oakley plate, we finally have correct weight. Sedurka 29.40 and 8.30, Mystigic 3.80 and Straight Ace 22.70. Quinella 221, Exacta 440 and the Trifecta 21,377. Now official...
supported by the stewards. It's not the first time he's done it, so he's got to go back to school. Now Gay Quillo's moved up into line. Very open race. This Zinadan is one of the best tried in it. I'm pretty sure Damien Oliver's had 4 rides on this horse for 3 wins. It's a terrific record. He didn't do a great deal at Sale the other day, but he's been supported here. There's Arch Fiend going in. Sedurka winning the previous. He's probably going to go into the Newmarket, as is the second horse, Mystigic. He's very close to the end of his career, though, is Sedurka. He's going to go to stud after this preparation. 5th Group 1 win for Brian Mayfield Smith since he returned to Melbourne. 5th Group 1 for Brian. Apparently he jarred up at his last start, so he did a good job in getting him right. Master trainer is Brian. Nearly ready now for the last on the card. Jake's Woman, who must have gone through the gates, is coming back behind the stalls now. Jake's Woman about to come up and complete the lineup. In comes the grey. Brett Preble on board, so they're ready to go. Big field in the last, a very wide open betting race. All clear. Away, Our Guided Missile jumped fairly. Brocade and Paris Rock began fast, and Chief in Charge looking for the lead early in company with Archfiend. Top Perch settling just off them, and Zinadan is around midfield with Go Quillo going forward. It's Archfiend in front, Chief in Charge is second. Go Quillo trapped out wide in third, placing Wonder Stands a bit deep out, getting to fourth. They're followed then by Zinadan in the centre. Paris Rock on the rail and Top Perch in that bunch. A length further back is Primeval, who's also caught wide in the red and white hoop colours. 1.5 Rotang on the inside, followed by Frere Jacques, who's wide. Jake's Woman the centre. Then 3 lengths further back is Pomeroy, Swords Drawn. Brocade well off the pace is second last, and 2 lengths to Our Guided Missile. Archfiend on the rail, Chief in Charge, lead Go Quillo and stands a bit at the 600. Paris Rock in behind them fifth, and then Top Perch. Primeval wide out pushed along. Zinadan just inside it, then Rotang on the rail from Frere Jacques, trailed by Jake's Woman. Pomeroy well back on the fence, and then came back behind these horses. Our Guided Missile pulled out wide. Swords Drawn and Brocade into the straight now. It's Archfiend, Go Quillo in the centre, Chief in Charge. Ratang and Pomeroy's making plenty of ground right through on the inside from well back. He's squeezing through with a brilliant finishing run. Pomeroy's hit the front along the inside. Paris Rock is after him. Pomeroy from Paris Rock and Frere Jacques, but Pomeroy, what a ride. Pomeroy wins it from second placing to Paris Rock, just in front of Frere Jacques, and then Swords Drawn. Rotang next, trailed further back in the field by Jake's Woman, Archfiend, and then stands a bit the weakening Go Quillo. Brocade never in it, trailed further back in the field by Chief in Charge, Primeval. Zinadan has finished well back, and so too is Our Guided Missile and Top Perch. Glenn Boss, what a ride. He's come from a hopeless place and squeezed through along the inside and beat them all. Number 13. Pomeroy, ridden by Glenn Boss, trained by Colin Alderson, takes out the last on the card. 12 second, Paris Rock, Mark Zara. And third place goes to number 3, Frere Jacques, ridden by Kieran McAvoy. In the final event, 13, 12 and 3. Fourth was Swords Drawn, number 2. And fifth was Jake's Woman, number 8. And the time there, 1:23.68. 13, 12 and 3 official, with fourth number 2 in the last on the card. Have a look at the replay. He's virtually last on the inside in the blue cap, and has squeezed through virtually the entire field with that rails hugging ride. Daring piece of work to get Pomeroy home in the last on the card.
Yes, a dashing ride. You need a bit of luck, but you also need the ability to capitalise on it, and that's what Glenn Boss did. Pomeroy in the Colin Alderson colours, 8:22.50, Paris Rock 5:90, and Frere Jacques was third. Let's go back to Doomben and Larry Olsen. Corey fell heavily in the second race today, was taken to Liverpool Hospital for x-rays and observation, has been declared to have sustained no injury. He's quite okay and expects to resume race riding on Wednesday next. However, he was too stiff and sore to fulfil his engagements today, and Patrick Payne rides Moa Man in his place. Here's Ian with his call of the last at Warwick Farm.
Go out here, thanks Johnny, and Moa Man favourite number 4 on Tab Limited, 440, 190. Second pick number 9 Borelli at 480 and 210. Helsingborg number 11, 530, 220. One to go here at the farm, and coming in as Space Age, the previous one by Hosanna, beat Heretier and Keys. Bomber Bill, Tie the Knot, Bosworth, Snowland, Sugarland and Mission Statement are the winners. On the program, they're all set now. And they're away on the last of the day, and Helsingborg actually first to begin. Commencing well was Kutamutu. Moving forward into third position is Swiss Echo, followed by the Man. Gentle Genius not far away, and improving ground nearer to the inside is Galliano. Moa Man ridden from behind, and then Henderson Bay as the Man drifts back. Then comes Borelli, followed by Hebe Rebe, Raminko, Space Age, and then Steel Phoenix, and Star of the Seas has dropped out last. The leader Helsingborg as they race down past the 950. 50. Its break is about a half length on Swiss Echo. Gentle Genius third, Galliano fourth, and then Moa Man. A bit more than a length, Kutamutu the man, followed closely by Hebe Rebe, and then comes Henderson Bay. Gentle Genius drifting back in the field, then Raminko, Space Age, Steel Phoenix and Star of the Seas. 600 out on the last at the farm, and Helsingborg is the leader. It's only about a half length or so in front as they commence the run around the corner from Swiss Echo. Third is Borelli, then Moa Man, followed over on the inside by Galliano. Kutamutu starting his run and a couple to the man, and then Hebe Rebe. Swiss Echo race past Helsingborg as they set sail for the judge. Moa Man in third position, and then Kutamutu and Galliano. Swiss Echo in front. Helsingborg will not surrender. Moa Man on the outside, trying hard to pick them up. It's Swiss Echo the leader from Helsingborg and Moa Man. Swiss Echo nice and fresh. Moa Man coming quickly. Oh, I don't know. Swiss Echo or Moa Man in a tighty, and third Helsingborg. Raminko made up many lengths, followed by Gentle Genius the man, Kutamutu, and then Hebe Rebe, Borelli, Galliano, followed home then by wider out on the track, Star of the Sea, Steel Phoenix, and the last two in Space Age and its stablemate Henderson Bay. Photo. Swiss Echo and Moa Man. He got very tired at his first run back from a spell, Swiss Echo. And he looks as though he's the ground shot indicates he's just won, Swiss Echo. The shot that we are watching on track at the moment is pretty reliable. It does indicate Swiss Echo to the naked eye. It looked like Swiss Echo. Moa Man has made a big lunge on the outside, and the judge having a look at the finish links. Number 5, Swiss Echo, showing at $16 plus for the win, and he's got it. Number 5 is the winner, Swiss Echo. Number 5, Swiss Echo, is the winner. Danny Beasley at $16 plus and $4.20. Moa Man, number 4, ridden from behind today, has paid $1.80. And third goes to Helsingborg, number 11, and it has paid $2.20. 5, 4, 11 and 13 ran fourth, and that was Raminko coming from a mile back. The winner trained by Gay Waterhouse for the Gooree Pastoral Company. What a day for Gooree. They won earlier in the afternoon with Snowland. In Sydney, they won with Don Eduardo at Caulfield, and Swiss Echo first up since the 29th of September, and he's by Don't Say Halo from Bedimpled. Okay, his time was 1:23.60. 5, 4, 11, 13, and the totes officially. Number 5, $16.40 and $4.20. Number 4, $1.80. Number 11, $2.20. The Quinella, $29.30. The Exacta has paid $67.40. The Trifecta, $375.80. The first 4, 5, 4, 11, 13, $4,627.70. The Superfecta is a jackpot on 5, 4, 11, 13, 6, 10. 5, 4, 11, 13, 6, 10 jackpots at $20,630.99. Now the time 1:23.60. Margins ahead by a half a length, and the time we've got the last 600 in 35.23. Thank you, Chris. Okay, that's about as far as we can take you. Bar correct weight on the final event of the day, which wraps up the Chipping Norton Stakes, a history-making win by Tie the Knot. 4 successive Group 1 Chipping Nortons to his credit, and watched by a crowd of 6,147 people. As I say bye-bye to you all from Warwick Farm.
Right, Ian, thank you. Great calling today at the farm, and Moa Man gave the impression that he was wanting to lay in with Paddy Payne most of the way down the straight. It looked
out behind the gates. I think they may have realised that they were way too early. Had most of them loaded up and boxed with a couple of minutes of all-important betting time remaining, but they've been able to string it out for as long as humanly possible. Favourite trackside is Kensal Bay. Although Irish Pride has rallied very late in the betting, Kensal Bay will be one of the last of them to move up into the stalls. Nev Parnham has 3 runners in this race: Jumalik, Civilist and Irish Pride. The colours of Civilist and Irish Pride are almost identical. Both yellow maroon seams and yellow caps. The only distinguishing factor between them is the fact that Irish Pride's got a little splash of blue right there on the peak of the cap. The Kensal Bay is being sooled up towards the barrier stalls by one of the gate attendants. The starter is on his stand, almost ready to run. The listed Cyril Flower Stakes. Combines the treble, including the Charf City Classic and also the Bunbury Stakes. The Sprinters bonus. Locked away. Set now, off in the Cyril Flower. Dakota jumped out quickly with Zabaset. Swift Spice began well and coming across Juma League from wider out. They settled out in front of on the inside Kensal Bay, and also going forward set at least soon after the start, and Irish Pride going up just in front of him. Mr. Callahan next 3 and 4 deep, followed further back at the head of the others by Civilist and Storm Shot of Thunder, and last of all is Prince of Pop as they go along past the 750. It's Zabaset making play in the Cyril Flower, a half length on Dakota, 1.5 further away is Juma League, who's trotting. Kensal Bay's in a beautiful spot on the inside, 4th at the 550 from Swift Spice out 3 off the rail. Irish Pride going up in between horses ahead of set at least Mr. Callahan, Civilist, and then Storm Shot of Thunder given a taste of the whip now by King as they round the turn, and Prince of Pop is last, straightening up, and Dakota headed off. Zabaset, Kensal Bay though poised to pounce upon him ahead of Juma League and Irish Pride. He's getting home well, further back behind the Mr. Callahan. Kensal Bay in front with Irish Pride coming out after him with 120 to go. Kensal Bay digging deep, but Irish Pride levels up, eyeballs him, hits the lead, and Irish Pride for the money. Irish Pride beat Kensal Bay, Mr. Callahan third. Then set at least Shot of Thunder getting to the line well. In behind them on pulling up is Civil List, and then Dakota, Prince of Pop. Juma League didn't fire. Storm Shot beat only 2 to the line, and they included Swift Spice and Zabaset. Number 10's the winner, Irish Pride, ridden by Patrick Carberry. Big drop in the weights this afternoon. Loomed alongside of the Bunbury Galloper, Kensal Bay. These two horses will, I'm sure, clash in the Bunbury Stakes coming up during the autumn. Irish Pride now extending his winning sequence to 4, 5 out of his last 6. And he really did appreciate the drop to the 52 kilograms. Mr. Callahan's run third, sent at least just behind those. Irish Pride by Night Shift out of the Crown Jester mare Superior Biscuit. He's having a great trot of success for Neville Parnham. The owners Keith Bradford, Kim Loxton, D. Williams, M. Pekovic, R. Williamson, N. Bird and Di Clark. Patrick Carberry is the winning rider, 381.70. For Kensal Bay second by Tribou out of Princess Haley, raced by PC as Miss R. Starcevich. Tommy Widdowson, trained by Tom Widdowson, ridden by Kevin Forrester, 150. Mr. Callahan, third by Mr. C from Anno Miros, owned by Don Maloney and Mick Campbell, trained by Mick Campbell and ridden by Paul Harvey, $2 even. Good effort behind them. He ran about 5th or 6th. Shot of Thunder got back second last on the turn, and he was doing his best work in the last 100 metres of the race. In fact, Senate Lease has held on for 4th, Dakota 5th, and Shot of Thunder is 6th in 1:11.38, 1:11.38, 35.15 is the sectional, and it's a long neck, 2 1/4 by 1 length. Irish Pride 5-2.
Okay, there you go. Irish Pride getting the prize, and a nice performance to defeat Kensal Bay and Mr. Callahan after the running of race 5 on the card there from Ascot. Now Mount Gambier.
Chancery Magic moves along, goes into the gates, and now the fillies are set and ready for the 26th running of the Sheila Gwynn Stakes. Chancery Magic, the last of them to move along. Here's the A.D. Matthews trained filly. Chancery Magic pushed up by the attendants. One of the starters officiating today, Mel Stewart, already stationed up there on top of his ladder as they just push Chancery Magic right in. It looks as though they've got us secured. They're set to run. 1600 here the distance. A listed race for the fillies. All in. Suspicion to run favourite. Legal consent, the stablemate has the black cap on. Both in the cerise and the white jacket. Now the starter's got down off his stand. Not entirely satisfied that that filly is right up into her gate properly. Now he's back to the top of the ladder, waiting on the red light. Still a bit of concern coming out of that same stall. It's that of Chancery Magic. One of the attendants lifting that filly's tail. There's the signal. Ready for action here in the Sheila Gwynn. Stalls open, racing Not a bad start, although National Silk dropped back rather abruptly soon after the break, and the first away is Suspicion. Gambay also hit the ground quickly with Storm Fee, and coming across Legal Consent as they settle properly. It's the two Peter Zone fillies settling down. Legal Consent goes to the front from Suspicion. On the inside, Storm Fee from Gambay, then a length and a half further back, Royal Minx inside of Chancery Magic. One away then is the grey Miss Torpago from She's a Rose. On the rail next is Demanding, being followed by Oxidation and On a Lap, Baracup Bay. Over on the inside behind them came By Her Smile, which is second last, and the tail end of National Silk as they stride along past the 900. Legal Consent, the Danehill filly, a length and a half on Suspicion. Two away, Storm Fee inside of Gambay. 1.5, Chancery Magic from Royal Minx hugging the inner. 3/4 of a length away next at the 700. She's a Rose in the predominantly red jacket, and then came Miss Torpago. There goes Oxidation. She's about to move up midfield. Demanding strung up on the rails, followed by Baracup Bay, and then came On a Lap. National Silk starting a searching run from last, and last of all on the home corner, By Her Smile. In the Sheila Gwyn at the 500, and Suspicion quickly ran past the other Peter's Own filly, who dropped out quickly on the inside. Legal Consent, She's a Rose loomed up. Chancery Magic is coming between them. Oxidation close enough if good enough, and then Royal Minx. The others a fair way back. Gambay switched to the rail. Suspicion though the leader at the 200, 2 lengths on She's a Rose, trying valiantly to bridge the margin. It's Suspicion in front from She's a Rose. Oxidation runs to third. Suspicion holding She's a Rose, and another black type win here. It's Suspicion in the Peters colours. Suspicion first, She's a Rose second, third Oxidation. In behind them came Royal Minx, and On a Lap was running on from National Silk. Miss Torpago, Gambay. At the head of the others, Demanding, Chancery Magic and Baracup Bay. Storm Fee. Second from last is By Her Smile, and after setting the pace, Legal Consent has wound up at the tail.
Suspicion gets the prize, the favourite over She's a Rose and Oxidation, 3-12-1. Okay, at the Meadows, heading to the boxes now for the second event. It's Mapunga Anna 15, 9-10 Cyrus the Virus and another. Well back though.